Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Simone, and I'm back with another video. So as you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be my experience working at FedEx. So before we get started into this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give your girl a thumbs up. Comment down below whenever you feel the need to. So yeah, so I seen this video trending and I was just like, I might as well do it. Like I worked at this place before, but I seen it was like trending, like people was just saying like different places they worked at, but I seen a few about FedEx or whatever. Where was I? So yeah, so I did see this video trending and I'm just like, I worked there before, so I can give you guys my experience of working there. So yes, I was a package handler and I worked at the FedEx at the LAX location. So it is at the airport. Oh my God. Before I get into the why I'm saying oh my God, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all about the hiring process. I'm gonna speed through that. So the hiring process was easy. Application was just short, fast, little application I did on my phone. Hiring process, I think they got back to me probably like in 2 weeks or whatever, and just told me like, oh, they want me to come in, do the hiring paperwork, you know, just go sign it, boom. After that, I'm sorry, something in my eye, y'all. So anyway, so after that, you will do a training class or whatever. So the first training class is going to be inside, and you do like the videos, just videos all day and paperwork. That's the boringest part because it's showing you some old boring ass videos that they ain't updated in years. And yeah, half the class was sleep. So yeah, you do that, and I think it's for 8 hours too. Whew. And on that same day, they had the people that they wanted us to buy the shoes from, like the non-slip shoes, whatever. So not non-slip shoes, the steel toe boots. You have to have steel toe boots. So the people that they wanted us to buy the boots, or said that we could buy them from, whatever, like majority of people get theirs from, they was there. They came on that day where we watched the movie. So if you go to your training class, just make sure to go with money, because the boot people will most likely come, and yeah, you can buy some boots. The boots was like $100, I believe. I want to say it was like $100. If not, it was pretty close. So yeah, so make sure you go to that class with some cash if you want to buy some boots, or unless you already got some steel toe boots, because they real picky about the kind too. Like certain kinds they're gonna be like, no, we can't accept these. So yeah, so after that, you go in. We went into the warehouse and we did like a walkthrough. We did some more little videos, but more of just a walkthrough showing us what we would do. Boom. Okay, now let's get into actually working at FedEx as a package handler. Let me tell you guys this. When I worked at FedEx as a package handler, I was fit, y'all. Like, I was fit, okay? So my arms was kind of like buffing up on me. I ain't like that, but I was like, ooh, I had energy. It was crazy. So I worked the overnight shift. They said, I'm not sure if anything changed, but everything was part-time, whatever. So for me, the overnight shift was perfect because I was in college. I was going to school at the time, and yeah, so it was perfect for me. So I worked the overnight shift. Everybody's shift is like, it's like, how you say it? You know how like at warehouses it'd be like shift A, shift B, like shit, like stuff like that. Like everybody's coming in. If you're on that shift, you're all coming at the same time. So it's not like you would start at like 2 and your homegirls start at like 2:30 if y'all on the same team together. Like y'all all gonna start at the same time. So I worked from midnight to whenever you're done. And then on Tuesdays, we came in at like 2 in the morning till whenever. So it really, it's crazy because they would give you a time frame, but majority of the time, you're probably not even going to work that time frame because sometimes it's slow and they not like work at the LAX one. We're at the airport, so the flights is coming in. So they'll be like, okay, ain't no flights coming in until this time. We don't want to keep y'all that long just sitting for all these hours, so y'all done, y'all go home. So, you know, it would say, you know, you probably worked 4 or 5 hours, but you most likely probably wouldn't. So that was one thing that was like, to me, but I was still in school, so it was just whatever. Like, I really didn't mind. So, yeah, so that's something to expect. You can pick up hours, though. You could switch shifts. I mean, pick up on other teams. Like, I don't know why I'm saying teams. you could pick up with other people and you could like work a shift like for somebody else if you want to do that. Like they have that available. You could switch shifts, stuff like that. So if you do want to pick up more hours, it is available to do so. But you kind of gotta do the most to do that. Honestly, I never did it just because I think I picked up, I don't know, no, just because I had like a lot of other stuff going on. So yeah. Okay, now let's get started into working there. So when you get to the warehouse on your first day, what you need to have with you, I always had a backpack, and in my backpack I had like my sweater, a different change of shoes, my lock, like little snacks maybe, like, but I wasn't really hungry around that time of the night anyway. But yeah, it all depends. I had a backpack because like my first day I went in that warehouse, like I don't know what I thought this was. So I went up in there, I had my nails was long, my weave was long, my hair wasn't tied up or nothing, like I had a purse, and I realized, I mean, you could go in there with a purse, but a backpack is more ideal just because you're going to want something to where you could really close it up, because your stuff is going to be, you're not going to be with your stuff all the time. And yeah, you don't want to just have your purse just out in the open. So we'll get to that. So yeah, so when you come in, you need a lock because you cannot take your phone in the warehouse. So some people did used to like sneak their phones in and stuff. I don't know how, but that's on them, whatever. It wasn't really that serious to me because it's like the middle of the night. Nobody's calling my phone at that time. Like nobody was calling my phone. Everybody sleeps, so I could care less. So you can't take your phone inside at all. If you do have a car, you could keep your phone in your car. That's an option. But that parking lot is real kind of janky, whatever. And I heard some people said that their car got broken into, so I wouldn't want to leave my personal stuff in the car. And plus, at this time, I was Ubering to work because my car was messed up. So I was Ubering to work. So I had no car to leave my phone in anyway, or my stuff. So, but just hearing that people are breaking into cars and stuff, it's like, why would you want to leave your stuff, your phone, your purse, whatever you got like in the car, you know? So when you first walk in the warehouse, you walk in, boom, it's like a little desk right here, and there's somebody, the security guards right there. And then over to the side, on this side, it's these little lockers, and they're all just open. So you have to bring your own lock. If you don't, because I'm telling you, they do not care if you go in there and say, oh my God, I don't have a lock. I don't just leave my phone in a random locker, because you could leave it and close it, but it's not locked. Somebody could open it up, see your phone, take it. So it's like, and you tell them like, oh, I don't have no car, like, can I take my phone in this one time? They're gonna say no. They not gonna care. So they just might just take your risk with that locker, like. And then it's like, at this point, are you gonna go all the way home and just say fuck your job because of your phone? Like, so don't even try it. Like, already just have your lock. They told us that. So from jump, I already had a lock that I had bought from like CVS or something, and I just go put my phone in there. Because let me tell you, it was some people who would leave their phone, like somebody I knew left their phone in there and they didn't have no lock, and they just put it in there and they came back to no phone. Yeah, they had lost and found, but baby, that phone didn't go there. Somebody took it. So yeah, so get you a lock. And then plus also, I wouldn't recommend leaving it with other people, because especially, I mean, if y'all on the same team, it kind of could work out, but I'll get back to that later in a minute. Y'all see why I say that. So yeah, have my own lock. You go through, you walk through metal detectors, boom. So yeah, they know if you have your phone or not, because you go through metal detectors. You gotta take your shoes off, put them on a belt, because the shoes is metal. Wait, did you have to do that? Now I'm probably thinking about TSA. Look, okay, don't quote me on the taking your shoes off thing. Did you have to take the shoes off? Okay, don't quote me on the taking your shoes off. But yeah, you went through a metal detector, most definitely. So you go through a metal detector. And then when you clock in, it's like the old school time punch cards. You go to the little thing, time punch, boom, boom, bop, bop, bop. So yeah, so you get to the warehouse part. It's a big warehouse. Let me tell you something. Do not go in there. If you're working overnight, I know it's ideal just to think like, oh my God, it's cold, it's overnight, we're in a warehouse, it's big ass doors that's just open, you know, because it's cars coming in and out, bringing the inventory, like, so we could go through it and shit. So you're gonna think to want to put all these clothes on. Like, don't do it. Do not do it. That was me first day. I'm like, boom, because they give you this your uniform, clothes always big as hell on me. So the pants was already like kind of big and shit. And then the shirt was just like whatever. But yeah, so I'm got my leggings underneath and all this stuff, long sleeve shirt underneath my shirt, like, you know, just bundled up, ready to work. Let me tell you, when you start working, because a package handler, when you start working, you get inside those cans. They have cans on each side, and they coming and going after you like get the stuff out, get the packages out onto the belt. When you are working, and anyway, when you're doing that, you're not even thinking about no phone. So back to like the phone situation, you're not even thinking about having your phone. You just if it's busy, you're just so busy, you not even thinking about it. And then they got you on the time. You got to get so many packages on that belt a minute. I forgot, I think it was 30 packages you had to get on the belt in a minute. That was like the goal. Like we had to reach our goal, like get them out. So you imagine you're moving fast as fuck. There was 2 people to a can. Them cans could have up to like, depending, I think it was like 1,200 packages or something like that. A lot of packages. So imagine you and one other person, y'all got to get these out quick, just because so they could take that empty one, bring another one back. Boom. Whew. You're not worried about a phone. Like that's the last thing on your mind. Another thing is you got all these layers of clothes on. You're gonna sweat. I was sweating so bad to where I got sick. I actually got sick the first day because I was sweating so much, because I had all these clothes on. So I'm sweating, and then when it was time for me to leave, it's late night and I'm getting hit with this cold air, so I had ended up getting sick. But yeah, don't do layers of clothes. So that's why I said in my backpack I'll keep a sweater, you know, so when I'm done and I'm going out and I'm possibly cold at this time when I'm done working, settle down and stuff, I can put my sweater on. But other than that, you do not need all these clothing on with you while you're working, because trust me, you're gonna be hot as fuck up in that warehouse. You might think it's cold, but you're gonna be hot if you work. If it's you're gonna be hot. So that was something I just had to tell myself, because, and then some people that be like, oh, I'm anemic. Trust me, I've met people that worked in that warehouse that said they was anemic, but they was like, shit, I don't need all these clothes on up in here, like, because you really would get hot. You're moving a lot. So it is really good, because you build up a lot of energy. I was up in there. I used to be up in there like taking, throwing. I used to be up in there like, it's actually a cool job. Like, it helps you stay fit. Like, to me, it did, because I was actually moving at a fast pace. I don't know. It was just something in my head. I just wanted to do that. I had a thing in my head like, okay, when I'm working, I like to just do my best. Not even just be so the company can see me, because sometimes people will kill themselves trying to just be the best person at a company and they don't even acknowledge you. That wasn't the thing. I looked at it as like, okay, I don't work out ever, so this is gonna be like a workout to me. Like, come on. And the more you working, the more the time went by fast anyway. So that's how I just look at things. So yeah, I was in there. Whew. So that part, it was cool, let me tell you. But it just be annoying again, because it's like you expect to work this many hours and then say y'all finish, because even if it's slow, they still want y'all to move fast, because they track at FedEx, everything is like every time something is scanned, is updated. So if that person go to track their thing, it's gonna say scanned at this part and this, like, you know. So they just want fast pace. Even if it's slow, you have to move fast. So it's like, say you get through all these cans, and then they tell you like, okay, ain't no flight coming in till this, blah. And it's like, we only been here 2 hours, and now it's like annoying. So let me tell you, on Tuesdays when we used to come in at 2, I wouldn't even come. A lot of times I wouldn't even come to work. Like, I would just call off, because, and I'm not saying you should do this, because you really shouldn't. I shouldn't have did that, but I just wouldn't, because again, I'm Ubering. Uber at this time going there, LAX is high as fuck. So I'm like, on Tuesdays, sometimes we'll go in there and only work an hour. I'm not about to, no, you want me to get up out of my sleep for an hour? And I'm like, I'm spending more money on Uber. It just wasn't worth it to me. That's another reason why I had ended up leaving that job. But it just wasn't really worth it to me. But yeah, so other than that, it is a cool job though. But again, so around Christmas time, be ready to work. You're gonna be working. You're gonna miss those days when it was slow. Christmas time, we was working overtime. Like, we wasn't getting out of that warehouse until the sun was up and up. Like, oh, excuse me, up, and you going outside, and it's hot outside. Like, Yeah, it was crazy around Christmas time. It's so busy, of course, because it's a lot of packages. So certain holidays it would be busier than others. So like around Christmas time, Black Friday was crazy, but Christmas was really, really crazy. It was, man, let me tell you. So yeah, eventually, like, my manager, he didn't want me in the cans no more, and I really appreciate that. So he had me, it was me and one other girl, and we was up at the top, and we would just make sure the labels are facing up before they get scanned, before they go all the way up, so they could get scanned by the scanner on the belt. So that was easy. When I started doing that, I was like, and I mean, some people would think like, okay, but how's the time going by fast? Me and her was cool. So we was talking the whole time. Like, she on her one side of the belt, I'm on one side of the belt. We stand on like some crates or something, like not safe at all. But yeah, so we was doing that. We would talk the whole time, and it was just cool, a vibe. So it was cool, and we just make sure the label's up. So they throwing them down there, and we make sure if the label's not up, we trying to hurry up and grab it and flip it, you know. So that was real. That was cool. I loved when I was doing that. Like, afterwards, I'm like, I don't care. When it was busy days, of course, I wouldn't care. I mean, it'd be so many boxes coming, but we had it. Like, we was good. We was flipping them. Cool. So we making the numbers that we needed to make. It was real cool. So that aspect of that's just the work part. Let me tell you about the social life. So I know a lot of people here and about warehouse lives. And trust me, that warehouse life, call center life, it is true. Don't go up in there trying to find your husband or your wife, because you are going to be so upset. I didn't go in there trying to find the love of my life anyway, but I did observe, because that's what I do. I like to observe things. Everybody is fucking. I'm sorry for the language or whatever, but everybody is doing somebody. Everybody done did somebody. Everybody is somehow connected. It's crazy. People that you wouldn't even expect, you'd be like, what? I don't know what happens. Like, come on now. We wasn't even at work that long for people to just be starting to fuck each other. It was some rumors I heard people was going in a parking lot getting popping. Like, it was just crazy. I'm just really was like, wow, we not here that long. Like, how is this happening? Like, but trust me, it was crazy. People talking to everybody. So it's just note to self. And because even I worked at a DirecTV call center before, and that was some ghetto ass crazy shit too. But I'm just saying, if you go work at these jobs, do not, if you start talking to somebody, think that this is about to be the love of your life, unless y'all both on that same page, you know. But other than that, it's like, don't go getting your feelings hurt, baby, because everybody is for everybody up in that motherfucking warehouse. It is crazy. Like, it's crazy. So on that part, I'm just saying, it's some tea. It's some hot tea to be spilled up in the warehouse and call center jobs. Man, every rumor is true. And I swear to God, like, at every, like, you'll just wonder, like, what? But I guess, I don't know. I guess it's just the thrill of just working in a warehouse that makes people so horny or something. Like, I'm just assuming that's what it is, because it'd be a lot of crazy shit going on, or whatever, a lot of beef, a lot of females getting into it. And you never really see the men beef, and they could care less about if blank, like, and I'm fucking, like, they could care less. It's always the girls is getting into it, like, oh, I'm fucking blah, 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 and he fucking 10 other bitches. Now I'm not gonna like all them 10 other females, but he could care less about you messing with his homie in the third shift and all these other people. Like, man, it'd be crazy. But yeah, that was my experience working there. Other than that, overall, it was a cool little job. Just, again, after a while, for me, it just was like because I was Ubering and shit. So I was like, then when I ended up getting my car fixed, I just was over it. So it was whatever. But honestly, it is a cool little job. If you are thinking about working there, you know, it's more money to be made. But I just wasn't pushing that, because I, again, was going to school. So it's like, I'm working overnight, then I go home and go to sleep for like 2 hours, then get up at 8 in the morning or 9 to go to school, like, you know. So I wasn't pressing to do the most. So yeah, so if you are thinking about working there, I would say go for it. You know, just go for it. Just make sure you do follow the tips and tricks. Don't get into no drama. If you go on date, if you're gonna date, then I guess, you know, but just don't get into the drama, man. It be females up in there, you'll think she like you. She probably be using you as a trick, you know, just trying to take your paycheck or something. I don't know. I ain't saying I did that or nothing like that. I'm just saying that it happens. Listen to me. But yeah, I'm just saying. But other than that, it was a cool experience working there, I would say. Yeah, if you're looking for something that you really not gonna have to hustle for hours, then that probably isn't the place for you. Because a lot of times, let me tell you, it is slow. It's only certain seasons that is picked up. And you would think like, oh, okay, around this time. So it's like pretty much the end of the year is the busiest times. And it's like, do you really want to just have to wait for the end of the year to be like working overtime? Like sometimes they'll tell you like, oh, we need a shift to come in on a Saturday or something like that if you could do it. But that's rare, you know, so it's like, but if you're looking for something part-time or something like not too crazy where you could still, you know, shuffle or do whatever else if you have a different job or have a hustle or whatever it is that you're doing and you need just like something else and you want to do a little something else, then I feel like then that's cool. It is ways that you could grow in the company, but I'm just speaking on the package handler side. So anything else I really can't speak for because I've never did it, like, or I didn't know anybody that did those things and I didn't talk to them to see. But like I think I know for sure I did ask one person. He was a driver and he liked it a lot. So yeah, so that's teachers on. I just want to go ahead and give you guys my experience again. Before you guys go, if you haven't already did so, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up and comment down below if you still feel the need to do so. Thank you guys for tuning in and bye. I'm out.